The next speaker, and this is really the second half of what we wanted to introduce. The Endeavour program is enormously important to us, and as you've heard and you've seen, it's a passion of Russell Coutts, and it is, as he said, already funded. We are now working to make sure that it is funded well beyond the 2017. But what is going to happen on the 17th and 18th and before of October? You want to know about the World Series. Everybody's been asking us for information. I should tell you this is a moving target. It has been changing, it has been upgrading, it has been improving, and then it's been changing, improving, and then upgrading, and it's on a continuous, almost daily basis. So now we're starting to put information out. You all will receive the brochure that will be inserted in the Royal Gazette tomorrow. And that is the beginning of the information process. But without further ado, let me introduce the man that sat opposite us and negotiated right the way through us trying to achieve the bid process, win the venue. Every time he came, I would say to him, look, I know we're a stalking horse too. Who is really going to win this? Should we really put this effort into it? And he kept saying, focus, keep putting your bid in. And then, unbelievably, Bermuda won. The man that made that happen, the man that negotiated with us, the Chief Operating Officer of the ACEA, Sam Hollis.
Thank you, Mike. Unlike the other speakers, I wasn't blessed with height, so I'm going to come out from this podium and come and talk to you all from here, if that's okay. So I've been living here with my young family for about 7 months now, and one of the blessings of island life is familiar faces. When I arrived here, it was nice to see some familiar faces, and it's one of the things that we're enjoying here in Bermuda, is integrating ourselves into the community. As you've heard, I'm here to talk about the Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series event in October coming up. I think we all know that the America's Cup is in 2017. It's going to be in different boats that are still being designed and built. It's going to be over a month out in Dockyard. The America's Cup, the Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series in October is a series, a circuit that goes around the world a little bit like Formula One. It's really a TV product, and it makes a great impact on the communities that it visits. It's the very best sailors in the world on the very fastest boats in the world. Currently, they'll be faster in 2017. Who are the teams? Well, there's 6 of them. I think they'll be well known to you. Of this list, really the interesting point for me is that Groupama Team France are the only team that have yet to sail here as an America's Cup team in Bermuda. Oracle Team USA have relocated, as you know. SoftBank Team Japan are setting up, as you know. Artemis will be fully operational from the beginning of January. And BAR have been here, Land Rover BAR have been here on regular training camps. In fact, the only team not to have sailed here, Groupama Team France, want to do some winter training camps here after this October event. So this World Series, this 2 years of events that we go around the world to promote the America's Cup to a global TV audience while those America's Cup boats for 2017 are being designed and built. The first event started, if you can see it on the map, in Portsmouth, the UK, where I grew up, at the end of July. We then went to Gothenburg, Sweden, at the end of August. The next event is here in Bermuda, next month. We then go to the Middle East in February. We then go to New York in May. We then go to Chicago in June. If you look at Portsmouth, you'll see a second date in July 2016. Then a second date in Gothenburg 2016. Then we go to Tokyo, Japan to conclude the series. Before, of course, if you look at Bermuda, the finals of the America's Cup, which will be here for about 4 to 5 weeks through May and June 2017. So here's a nice photo from Portsmouth. We were blessed to have the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge spend the weekend with us and hand out the prizes, as you'll have seen from the video. We've been told to expect their presence here in Bermuda for the America's Cup Finals in 2017. So here's some stats from Portsmouth. Portsmouth was a really big event. They've just launched their new team, Land Rover BAR, led by Sir Ben Ainslie, Knight of the Realm, 5 Olympic medals, 4 gold, 1 silver. Very, very senior backers from industry in the UK. Long-term campaign to bring the cup home, to right the wrong. Us Brits have never won the cup, we only lost it. It's a really big event in Portsmouth. Gothenburg was a smaller event. In many ways, Gothenburg was unique in Sweden. It was a really cool TV product with racing around the islands, compressed race course, really quite different to Portsmouth, but very special in its own right. And some of these stats show the size of the event, 250,000 spectators. But really what I would look at on this is, the hundreds of international media from hundreds of different media outlets who all came to the event, reported on the event, and importantly reported on how Portsmouth is part of the race to Bermuda. And on the next slide we'll talk about some of the showcase for Bermuda at the Portsmouth event. Actually, I'll just go back. The third slide there is that there were 2,200 spectator boats out on the water in Portsmouth on the Saturday. It's a lot of boats. In my 7 months here, I've realized that Bermuda has a very strong, very proud boating community. And my call to action here would be to see how many boats we can get out on the Great Sound over the weekend in October. So the size of that impact with that global TV product and all of those international media reporting on it, throughout the messaging, whether it's the TV product itself, which has content talking about the race to Bermuda, whether it's the media center, the bottom right there, which is branded as you walk in, Race to Bermuda. Top right, there's Bermuda branding on every single one of the boats. The umpire boat is pink Bermuda branded. And the BTA were there. I'm not sure who that chap is in that photo there, but the BTA were there doing really cool social media activations to try to project the impact of Bermuda for everyone that experienced Portsmouth. So Bermuda, October. 2 bits to this slide. There's the main graphic you can see, and there's the bottom right-hand side. The bottom right-hand side, I hope you can see, shows 2 different venues. It shows Dockyard, and that's the venue in 2017. It's not the venue for October. Of course, the venue for October is Front Street. We'd love to host the racing in October out at Dockyard, but of course Dockyard's still being built. We're building that infill, we're building the team bases, and so for the October World Series, which is it's part of our travelling circuit, we're hosting it right in the heart of Hamilton on Front Street. And the big slide shows that. Front Street will be closed from Court Street down to from Court Street down to Parleville Street, and it'll be closed from Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. We'll have a big fan zone right there on the heart of car park number 1, and all of the team boats will be moored out along Front Street. The sailors will be presented to the crowds before they go out on the water, and we're going to do our best. In an ideal world, if all the stars aligned, we'd have racing in the inner harbour. That's still a possibility, but we're planning to have the racing out in the Great Sound. But for the second race each day, we hope to bring the finish line and bring the sailors through 2 Rocks and have them finish right in front of the fans. Not just for the fans, which is of course important, but also for that TV broadcast, for the millions of people around the world to see that spectacular image of those boats flying through 2 Rock and then, finishing in front of the fans down on Front Street. Should be pretty cool. So here's the schedule. I think you've all been given, as you came in, a copy of the schedule. It's printed there. I'm not going to go through it in detail. You can take it away with you, and I think it'll be in the Royal Gazette tomorrow as a pullout. But a couple of big highlights for me on this. We really kick off on Friday afternoon. So at 5 o'clock, conveniently timed with happy hour, we open the village. I'd implore you all, come down, have a drink, celebrate with us. And we have our opening ceremony starting at about 8 o'clock on Friday night. So that's Friday evening. Saturday, Sunday are race days. So we have 2 90-minute broadcast products that are broadcast around the world, and it's 2 races 25 minutes each, with an intro, a halftime show, and a finish show, and a wrap-up. The village on Saturday and Sunday is open from 11:30 in the morning through to late on Saturday for those who go to the concert. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then on Sunday, the village opens again at 11:30, and it goes, there's an award ceremony, a prize-giving ceremony after racing at about 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. So the public village, for those who want to come and experience the event on shore, what can you expect down on Front Street? Well, lots is the answer. Firstly, it's free of charge for everyone. You'll come and meet the teams and the sailors. The boats will all be lined up on display on moorings along Front Street. There'll be a dock-out show where the sailors are presented to the fans and interviewed before they go out on the water. There's a family kids zone. I think we all know that if the kids are happy, mum and dad's happy. There'll be opportunities to buy event merchandise, team merchandise. There'll be lots of cool sponsor activations. There's, of course, be F&B. And there'll be an Our Bermuda concept. The Our Bermuda concept is something that we've developed in association with the BEDC, Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, and the Bermuda Chamber of Commerce, along with the BTA, the Bermuda Tourism Authority, and the ACBDA. And it's going to be 59 local businesses exhibiting their wares or exhibiting their businesses in the case of museums and otherwise. And they will all be on display through, well, every hour that the village is open, they'll all be included. And it's part of our opportunity to give local Bermudian businesses an opportunity to participate. So if you're not on land and you want to get out on the water, for those lucky enough to have their own boats, all boats should register at islandtourcentre.com. There are safety reasons why we would like to know how many boats are coming, and we'd like to be able to talk to those boats ahead of time and talk to them about where they should go, not to go onto the race course. If you think about it, if you go to a stadium to watch a football game, you're not allowed to run onto the pitch. And it's the same thing here. So we want a way of communicating and educating so that people know where to go and so that they're all responsible on the water. So there's a registration process for all boats. For large boats, for 50 foot and over, there is a flag that's required. If you're unlucky, if you don't have your own boat, there are opportunities to go out on official spectator boats. And again, those are available at islandtourcentre.com. So I'm very proud to say that in addition to the official spectator boats, we've also worked with government to get 2 ferries on which we will take out 530 local school children free of charge to go watch the racing, Saturday and Sunday. Thank you. It'll be 1 boy and 1 girl from each grade, PS to S4, per school, public and private schools. And the teachers are going to select the top students based on performance, whether that's academic, behavioral, extracurricular, whatever the selection criteria are. We leave that to the schools. And we're really looking forward to showing those kids how cool this race product really is. So we've done on shore, we've done on the water. For those who can't make it down to the event for whatever reason, the good news is that it's going to be live on local TV, ZFB. It's also going to be live on Bermuda Broadcasting's radio stations in Bermuda, and of course it's televised all over the world. The last America's Cup Finals was televised in 204 countries around the world. So the concert. We're very proud to announce a concert, the America's Cup Jam, presented by Fidelity International. We're grateful for them for their support. With us, they're giving away 500 tickets, general admission tickets, to the public. So look out for competitions, prizes, and other opportunities to access those tickets. For everyone else, tickets are available on Premier Tickets. And the concert will be a mixture of local Bermudian flair, with a kick-off reggae band, The Kings, and Nadanja Bailey as the MC, along with the headline acts Shaggy and Maxi Jazz. And finally, whether you come down to experience the public village or whether you're out on the race course, do download the ACEA app. It's called AC Plus. You'll get it from the Apple Store. And from that app, you can actually listen and watch the live racing. You can choose to watch the onboard cameras from a particular boat. It's really, really cool. So please do download it. Thank you.